I'm not really sure that permanent drifter ult is enough to nerf the Eternuses. Wait, actually, is that the rated? Oh my god, where are they? Where are they? Where the fuck are they? Ooh, it's the spooky, scary Halloween game. Hello, everybody. It is I, the Gluten Snake, and we have made all the Eternuses blind. They are not just perma drifter ulted. Their radius is literally 1.5 meters. They cannot see anything or do anything. It is going to be really, really tough for them to play the game. But we have faith in our Eternuses. And do you know why we have faith in our Eternuses? We have faith in our Eternuses because an Eternus does not need to see the initiate. Okay? He can go by pure animal instinct. But yeah, Lycan, can you tell us a little bit about Rusted Barrel, which is very likely going to be the first buy for all of the Eternuses?
Yeah, so Rusted Barrel has the little quirk of when you hold it out, you can see the, the outline of the person you're putting it on. That also works through Drifter ult, so it's a very crude form of seeing for the Eternuses, and then they're probably going to use it to the best of their abilities to get their bearings.
Yeah. It's going to be very interesting to see how the Eternuses approach this game, what sort of things they're going for. We'll talk a little bit about their choices. They have opted for 2 Abrams, 2 Wardens, 1 Wraith, and 1 Billy. So I think I know why the Wraith. You want to go for some sort of card build. The Drifter just misses the parry there. That's actually fantastic. But you want to go for sort of some sort of card build. The Abrams makes sense to me because you want to go for... Oh. That's already a kill. You want to go some sort of punching. But what about those 2 Wardens? What do you think about that?
I think the strat behind the Wardens was very specifically just character with big abilities that they don't have to aim too much. And also, they can hold out Cage, similar to how they can hold out Rusted Barrel.
Yeah. I mean, no, that makes perfect sense. You press that 4 with Warden, and you just have to vaguely be around your enemy in order for you to survive. And, yeah, we're going to have to see how the Eternuses approach this one. I'm going to have to take a guess that almost all of them are going to go for some sort of melee build or something very, very close range. After all, you cannot see how far you go. So, for example, if you look at the Eternus right now, well, that's not what I meant to look at. But yeah, if you look at the Eternus right now, it's impossible for them to see beyond, like, a certain distance. But yeah, it's going to be really, really fun. We're going to have to see how each of them plays the game. And we're seeing picks on both sides actually happening here. One-on-one. Who do you think has the early game advantage? Do you think it's the Eternuses or do you think it's the Initiates here?
I mean, obviously, not being able to see things makes it very difficult, and a bit of an advantage for the Initiates as well, as since they're all Drifter, and with the bringing back of solo lanes, that just makes him even stronger. But I feel like their cockiness is going to get the best of them, and as we see right now on the 4th lane, it might be their downfall early game and leads to the Eternuses winning.
Is it just me or they cannot see the minions? Regardless, we are seeing a lot of brawling in this Abrams lane. I'm very, very interested. We actually have seen a little bit of baiting coming in from the Initiates. I've seen some like fake punches and such. As I say that, Brett is aiming. Oh no, did you see that? He just like completely and utterly missed the Initiate. Both in a punch and in a thing. It's just very hard to see where they are. Yeah, the Drifter Teleport is going to be very, very important part of their toolkit. I mean, the fact that none of the Drifters have their ult available, mainly because, of course, we've used the ult to blind the Eternuses. And, oh boy, did this game have a lot of technical issues. That's why there's disconnects. Don't think too much about those. But, yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how the Drifters are going to play without their ult. But, yeah. Now, the very big question that I have is, as we're heading towards the late stages of the early game, do you think we will see ganks, or do you think the Eternuses are just going to try and stay in their lane?
I think the Eternuses are just going to kind of try to keep control of the area around them of what they can see, because as if they can, they can see the camps on the mini-map, so they at least know if those are being taken. Or no, I actually don't think they can, but...
No, they can't see anything.
Control of their area. Yeah, sorry, they can't see anything. Yeah, they're trying to control the immediate area around them and probably just defend Guardians.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Warden Ult has been activated. As we discussed, the Warden Ult is just so important. You vaguely know where the enemy is, so that Rusted Barrel, quote unquote, a trick, more of a cheat.
As well
is he gonna get caught?
Binding Word, just keeping you right in place where they can, well, maybe see you, or at least know that hit markers are hitting correctly.
Yeah. And how many issues do you think know the crouch trick, aka pressing control many, many, many times when you're caught in Binding Word? Probably not that many. We're gonna have to see. What do you think of the Initiates build so far, like, and have you had a chance to check them?
I was just about to bring that up. Yeah, most of the drifters are, unsurprisingly, buying Backstabber as just a good drifter item, Headshot Booster, Kinetic, Swift Striker, close quarters. Lots of understandable drifter item choices.
Yeah, of course.
As for the Eternuses, I mean, Abrams and Billy are gonna go melee charge, melee lifesteal, spirit strike. Obviously, rusted barrel on all of them. Wraith, interestingly enough, went monster rounds. I wonder if that's specifically to deal with not being able to fully see the minions, or because I wonder how much utility you're gonna get out of that if you can't see the minions very well.
I mean, like, my thought is very simple, right? You can't see the minions, but the Guardian and the Walker are roughly gonna be in the same place, right? So what you need to do is essentially just do a very good job with the objectives. I mean, the Eternus already have a fair bit of an early lead. I don't know how much that lead is going to capitalize as the game goes on, but yeah, already we have, what, 1 to 8 kills? 9k lead? That's not fantastic for the Initiates, that's for certain.
One other interesting thing, because this is the old map, we do have the old teleporters. We have the side lane teleporters between the solo lanes, and we have the, I believe, Walker teleporters as well. So I'm curious if anybody's muscle memory and map knowledge is going to come back for that and realize that they can use that, especially the drifters.
Oh yeah, I mean, again, I presume the vast majority of Eternus players in the game are people who have played the game since the old map was a thing, right? Like, I don't know how many quote-unquote new Eternuses there are, but I assume that the vast majority of Initiates in the game are people who have not played in the old map and might not know a lot of these tricks. They're thinking, oh yeah, the new map just has like 2 sets of teleporters, right? They don't really know that, oh, this map is laden with teleporters.
Not super crazy much. Billy is right now, he just used his ult to try to pull the drifter back out from under his tower.
Yeah.
He got a lot of good damage, but didn't really end up closing it out.
Yeah, it's just hard to do any damage when you can't see them, so it makes sense.
Mid boss has just been hit, 10 minutes. And I think the Warden's got the left bridge buff.
Yeah. Now, here's a question for you. Who do you think is an advantage in mid boss?
It's hard to say, simply because it's not like the Initiates are playing Lash and Dynamo and such, characters who are very notoriously good at stealing a Riju. They're just drifters, so obviously if the Eternuses can't just look up and know if they're going to try to steal, it's going to be a lot harder, but they don't really have any super specializations for it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just incredibly difficult. I mean, the one thing to think about is, oh my god, nice pick there from one of the drifters, putting a little bit of pressure on them. Yeah, one thing to think about is just going to be so hard to coordinate to go for that mid-boss. Yes, there's like a lot more opportunities to use ziplines and such to quickly make it to mid-boss after a big fight, but like, the drifters could mount a counterattack. They could mount a parry out of nowhere, and you don't even know if they're going to do the parry in time or not. I'm actually surprised. Have we seen any rebuttals from the drifters?
I don't think we've seen any rebuttals at all. The only actives I've seen are a healing right and a cold front.
Yeah. Oh, nice kill there. But yeah, the drifters are starting to fight back as the game opens up, as they lose those guardians, as the Eternuses are in a little bit more of a quagmire. Now the advantage of the Eternus is certainly falling. And is this drifter going to be able to survive here? He does make it all the way to the Walker. I don't know that the Abrams can push him further. Very well done. I'm actually really surprised that the side laners, namely the Wraith and the Billy, are so fed, because I don't know how many denies they would be able to get. That's like the main way that Eternuses feed themselves in lane, right? I don't know how you're going to do with denies in that one.
Well, I mean, for Billy, it's probably not too bad, considering it is another melee-based character, but as for Wraith, yeah, I'm amazed she did as well as she did. Maybe it's just her pure 1v1 potential.
I mean, we do have some fantastic
And
E6 players. Like, I think we have 3 6s by my count in this challenge, which will be to the Initiates, but still. Very, very interesting stuff. All Guardians. No, there's one Guardian left here. Do you think there's going to be a rotation to try and save that Guardian? Yes, no, maybe so? No.
Probably not, because at this point they're just going to push their advantage. And I don't know if they really care that much.
Yeah. It's very interesting, actually, to just see how good you can be as an Eternus with just like a vague idea of, oh, the rusted barrel points that way. Gets a very big parry. This Billy, he's gonna drain a lot of health there, and suddenly the fight is equal on lane number 1.
Very even now.
Yeah, I mean, this is the beauty of a parry, right? Can turn a completely lost battle into a completely equal one, and a completely equal one into a lost one.
So far, Urn has not been picked up a single time, and as of right now, it is a comeback Urn, I believe, for, yeah, the Drifters, for Amber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, do you think the Initiates are going to pick it up?
They might. The only issue is that, of course, you're going to know where they're going. It's one of 3 places all on the same side, and the Eternises, if they are grouped up, despite the blindness, they might still do very well. Oh, we see 3 Drifters chasing an Abrams right now under.
And whoa, there comes the Warden. The Warden. Are you going to be able to counterattack here? Actually, the Drifter manages to back off. This is like such an important power. If these Initiates were not Initiates but like emissaries or something, they would very quickly understand they have that massive backup power here. The Warden does try to hide there. Not going to be enough. And the Drifter just gets those nice stacks.
Ooh, Urn has finally been picked up by one of the Abrams, but he's being attacked currently by one of the Drifters.
Yeah, he's trying taking him back to base, which makes sense. You don't wanna risk a big assault. I think you just have to work and try to get picks. You cannot do like a big coordinated thing. You will lose to the Drifters on a big coordinated thing. Anyhow, an Abrams is here trying to get a little bit of piercing. It is Bread, and Bread is certainly getting bruised here. I don't know what his plan is. I don't know why this initiative is not engaging him. Does he think he can wrap up the walker? No, not at all.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to wrap it up.
Yeah. I mean, getting a flex slot. Actually, does he need a flex slot? Yeah. The Warden comes in. The lock, as we were discussing earlier, like incredibly important, just to try and get a pin here. And is this... He's just like vaguely shooting. He knows like vaguely where he is, but like, how are you gonna find him?
Finally.
How are you gonna find him? And suddenly another Drifter comes, takes his spot, and yeah. I mean, these rotations...
And now another Warden comes in, actually, and takes his spot, chasing after him.
I mean, these rotations by the Initiates are actually not bad. Yeah, they're not Eternus level yet, but like, they're making it work. They certainly are making it work. You cannot take 1v1s against these Drifters without knowing like full map status.
I think one of their plans, as everything being darkened, was to just sort of bait one person forward and jump them, although in this case it didn't work very well against this Warden.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see what the Initiate strategies are gonna be over the course of the game.
Another Drifter has tried to hit the Warden. Oh, another Drifter. There's 2 of them now. He ults though.
Yeah, he's gonna probably still ult him back. Like, there's just no point in being there.
Though his Guardian is very low. He might not be protected for very long. What's going on at the other lane?
Yeah, I mean, there's this massive fight here, and like I'm telling you, this Billy is actually surviving for such a long time. A Drifter is a very scary 1v1er. Even though Drifter is admittingly weak right now, not a very strong character, he is certainly one of the strongest 1v1ers in the game. His whole kit is designed around that, and losing those 1v1s must be painful for the Initiates. And the worst part is that, you know, all the Drifters need those, so you want to group up, which beats the whole purpose of getting those stacks. And yeah, nice parry there, but doesn't matter whatsoever.
Big team fight going on in the second lane, yeah, over those Walker.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's gonna be really difficult now but like, again, the moment that the fight breaks up, the Drifters just have this massive advantage where they can chase infinitely, whereas the Eternises are all spread out because it's hard to coordinate, even if you're very, very good at coordinating. And Eternises certainly are. It's part of their core skill set as top level players. Okay, big fight happening here. This Drifter is gonna get hooked. He's a little bit alone behind enemy lines. The Guardian is almost done. Are you gonna back here? Mid. Oh no. They're doing mid. And the Drifter doesn't know about the secret entrance. You saw him walking like right past the shop? Is there gonna be a contest here? One Wraith ult. Is there gonna be more stuff? No, not at all. The Eternus is just fully secure mid, and that's gonna be detrimental to the Drifter's plans.
The thing I'm seeing is a lot of the Drifters are struggling to kind of coordinate together. I mean, we had a lot of Walker damage happen, a lot of Guardian damage happen, and even base Guardian damage happen just because they weren't paying attention to a certain lane.
I mean, that's always going to be the weakness of the Initiates, right? Their macro is just going to be weaker than an Eternus player. But we have to see how this advantage pans out. At the end of the day, there is one fight that you have to take 6v6, and it is that fight in base. And in that fight, the Drifters will certainly be very, very advantaged. We're going to have to see here. Now, what do you think about the Eternus' build so far, like? And like, are you seeing a lot of defensive items? What sort of items are you seeing?
I mean, on the more melee-based characters, you're seeing obviously a lot of melee items. You know, charge is still, spirit snatch, torrent pulse actually on both of the Abrams, which makes a lot of sense. It helps a little bit of that almost echolocation kind of feel. Wardens are going a good mix of spirit gun. Well, at least one warden is. One has cultist and is mostly spirit. Wraith, I think, is just going pure fire rate, trying to get those Tesla bullet stacks out. And Billy's just going melee as well with Phantom Strike.
Yeah. I mean, Phantom Strike is just so important in these scenarios because it allows you to like immediately get to an opponent. Big pick happening here on all of the Drifters. The Eternists certainly are doing a number on these guys. Yeah, it's probably going to be the end of the old base. Do you guys remember the old base? It's a really fun one, isn't it? It really has its charms that unfortunately have been lost by the new one. But yeah, no, the Amber Patron is going to go down right now, and we're going to have to see. We're going to have to see what happens.
So, Parry on one of the Abrams, but I think the Drifter actually gets that with his life. Although Patron is transforming, most of the Drifters are a lot more hurt. And a Warden ult goes off in the pit.
Yeah, the Warden ult in the pit just to wrap everything up. It's going to be actually a little bit of a difficult fight. There are no rejuves left. A couple of Abrams are fairly isolated here. I don't know how many picks you can get. Wraith comes in. She knows vaguely where the Patron is. She doesn't really need much more than that. But yeah, well. Billy comes in. A lot of damage being done. And yeah,
I think that's the end of the game. Yep.
You guys have been begging for the Perma-Drifter old game. Here it is. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please tell us below what you're wearing today for Halloween. I hope it's some very spicy Deadlock costume. Check out our other videos, like and subscribe, and have a good day, folks.